Utilitarianism. Utilitarianism. Utilitarianism is a family of normative ethical theories that prescribe actions that maximize happiness and well-being for all affected individuals, according to the encyclopedia. Although different varieties of utilitarianism admit different characterizations, the basic idea behind all of them is to, in some sense, maximize utility, which is often defined in terms of well-being or related concepts. For instance, Bentham, the founder of utilitarianism, described utility as that property in any object whereby it tends to produce benefit, advantage, pleasure, good, or happiness, or to prevent the happening of mischief, pain, evil, or unhappiness to the party whose interest is considered. Utilitarianism is a version of consequentialism which states that the consequences of any action are the only standard of right and wrong. Unlike other forms of consequentialism, such as egoism and altruism, utilitarianism considers the interests of all humans equally. Proponents of utilitarianism have disagreed on a number of points, such as whether actions should be chosen based on their likely results, act utilitarianism, or whether agents should conform to rules that maximize utility, rule utilitarianism. There is also disagreement as to whether total utilitarianism, average utilitarianism, or minimum utility should be maximized. Though the seeds of the theory can be found in the hedonists Aristippus and Epicurus, who viewed happiness as the only good, and in the work of the medieval Indian philosopher Santideva, the tradition of modern utilitarianism began with Bentham, 1748 to 1832, and continued with such philosophers as Mill, Sidgwick, Hare, Singer. The concept has been applied towards social welfare economics, the dropping of the atomic bombs in World War II, the crisis of global poverty, the ethics of raising animals for food, and the importance of avoiding existential risks to humanity. Read all about that. Read about the historical background, pre-modern formulations, classical utilitarianism, developments in the 20th century, ideal utilitarianism, act and rule utilitarianism, two-level utilitarianism, preference utilitarianism, negative utilitarianism, negative total utilitarianism, negative preference utilitarianism, motive utilitarianism, criticisms, quantifying utility, utility ignores justice. Read about predicting consequences, demandingness objection, aggregating utility, calculating utility is self-defeating, self-obligations criticism, criticisms of utilitarian value theory, duty-based criticisms, baby farming, additional considerations, average versus total happiness, motives, intentions, and actions, other sentient beings, non-human animals, application to specific issues, world poverty. Read all about utilitarianism. Utilitarianism. Utilitarianism.